My name is Jessica Welter, and this is my METOO story. I think I was about 6 years old, and I was staying the night at my best friend's house, and we had a family friend. His son was also staying over, and we're having a sleepover. So I was about 6, so I think he would have been about 14 years old, so definitely older, old enough that he should have known. I just remember he was keeping me up all night, and I was really irritated and annoyed. I just remember being really, really tired, and I just kept asking. I was like, can you just let me go to sleep? And finally he said, I'll let you go to sleep if you do these things for me. I was too naive to really know what that really meant and that it was wrong at the time, and I think I was also just really tired and I just wanted to go to sleep. And so I remember I caved in. I said, fine, what do you want from me? And so he actually he had me expose myself to him and then touched me inappropriately. I just remember it happened really fast, and I just remember after it was over, it was a confusing feeling, but I was glad that I could go to sleep at that point. It really kind of sunk in what happened, and I knew that it was wrong, that what he did was wrong. I just remember getting really mad at him, and I remember the next time I saw him, I just told him, I was like, I know what you did was really bad. And he was in total denial. He just acted like nothing happened. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And but there was also a part of me that didn't want to create conflict between our parents, even though it had nothing to do with them and it wasn't their fault. I think there was just a resistance to really open up about it, so I've actually kept it to myself. My parents were over earlier today, and my mom was asking me what this interview was for, and I told her that something happened a long time ago, and she's like, is it somebody I know? I said yes. She's like, well, if you can do this interview, will you tell me one day? And it made me realize that I really have totally I've tried to push it out of my memory for all these years, and I don't talk about it. Even my husband doesn't know. I know a lot of women say that they had this sense of shame about it, and I don't think I knew that it wasn't my fault. I knew what happened wasn't my fault, and I knew that it wasn't something for me to be ashamed about. I felt the opposite. I felt like it was something he should be ashamed about. And I think the denial kind of threw me off a little bit. But more than anything, I think I just focused on not acknowledging it because I didn't want it to define me as a person. If anything, I wanted to overcome it and be not empowered by it, but be stronger because of it, because I've gone through something like that. What people have a hard time understanding is it doesn't have to be a violent incident. It doesn't have to be physically forced for it to be an assault or for it to be a harassment. And just knowing the signs and looking out for it and looking out for each other. Just as a whole, as a society, we should know that that type of behavior is not okay, that it's not acceptable. We need to take responsibility on ourselves too to help each other and make sure that doesn't happen. If you see somebody who doesn't have control over the situation, who need help, to help. It's not that hard.